Hey everybody, and welcome to Meals with Melissa, where we come up with some great ideas of foods that you love that are just healthier versions. So today, actually, I'm going to take something that I found at Costco, but you can get online if you don't have a Costco near you, that is a great alternative to bread. Now, one of the things I used when I was working at becoming a healthier person originally were sandwich thins. Now, the problem with sandwich thins is that they still, for some odd reason, we all think that whole grain means wholly healthy, and it does not. So keep in mind that whenever you're eating gluten and grains, you are eating processed food for the most part. And for somebody like me who needs to be gluten-free, that is not an option because I do have an autoimmune disease. So great opportunity here. I've been looking for a long time. I find wraps and some different things. Found a really great, interesting egg wrap at Costco last week as well that Leanna Jimerson, one of my former clients, clued me into. I love it when you guys give me ideas because then we pass it on and then we really help to make the world a healthier place. So these are great. If you do not have a Costco near you, you can go to outerilegourmet.com. I will post the link below. And no, I do not get sponsored by any of these companies. I actually don't like sponsorships for the one reason that if I'm offered something and I really don't like it, I don't want to feel obligated to have to use it. So that's just a big deal for me. I want to make sure that you get the very best tools that you can find in order to live your healthiest life. That really is the goal. So these are called cauliflower sandwich thins. Now, I've had multiple people tell me, well, they don't like the taste of cauliflower. I can't taste cauliflower. So it's got cheese. Let me just kind of give you a little bit here. I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'm actually going to throw something in the oven really quick with you and then give you some ideas on how to use these and tell you about the more flavors that they have online. So what they contain is cauliflower, eggs, let's see, Parmesan cheese, and a little bit of nutritional yeast, which actually is good for you. So yeah, if you have an egg or a milk allergy, you might have some issues. I'm actually completely lactose intolerant and I'm doing just fine with these. So they're super cute. They look just like sandwich thins, right? If you've ever gotten the ones from the store, they are 100 calories for 2 pieces, so you can eat them like a sandwich. And what I'm gonna do with them really quick is I'm gonna make some just quick pizzas out of them. Now, I personally am not a huge fan of pepperoni anymore. It's really hard to find uncured pepperoni or meats and things like that in order to use them as your toppings. So I personally, big fan of barbecue chicken. That's just kind of my thing. Unfortunately, there's a really great option in sugar-free barbecue sauce called G. Hughes. Now, keep in mind, it does contain sucralose, and for you diabetics, it's a tough one, right? Using a little bit of sucralose here and there is gonna be okay, but sucralose does raise your blood sugar even if you're told it's non-nutritive. There's some loopholes they follow there, but for what it is, way better than Walden Farms. So I love this stuff. They have multiple flavors. You just have to look for them. You can find it actually on Walmart. It's just really hard to find because they do such a horrible job of stocking their shelves. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just use this as my sauce, right? You could do regular pizza sauce if you wanted to. Now keep in mind that unfortunately pizza sauce and spaghetti sauce does contain quite a bit of sugar, right? Most people don't realize that till they look at the nutrient label or the ingredient label. When you start to learn to read labels, it's not just the nutrition label you need to read, it's the ingredient list. You will be dumbfounded with some weird, crazy stuff that they put in there and try to get away with it, right? Anything ending in ose is sugar. Keep that in mind. All right, so normally I would use chicken that I've already cooked in order to make my barbecue chicken pizzas, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I am so sick of chicken. I can't, like regular chicken, I can't do it. I just can't. Sometimes when you eat a product for a very, very long time, it makes it really difficult to keep that on your list of things you're willing to eat. Yeah, it's kind of stemming from competition prep, although I'm completely done with that for my life. Anyway, so I am just using, honestly, canned white chicken, Kirkland brand, which is Costco. Again, you can really use just about anything. Just make sure you're making as healthy choices as you possibly can. I like it because I can buy it in bulk, it stores, and so comparatively speaking to some of the options out there, I prefer to use that over deli meat just because lots of additives and preservatives in there. Granted, there is some in this as well. Balance, that's what we're looking for. Sorry, I'm making lots of noise here today. Okay, so I'm just gonna use some white canned chicken. Like I said, I've always got it on hand. That's why it makes it super easy. I'm just gonna spread that over my cute little sandwich thins here. Don't worry, they have more than one flavor, which I find really awesome. Now, Costco's really infamous for just carrying like one flavor. They buy by the batch. So they buy for their entire network, and then when they run out, as the stores run out, they just run out. And unless it's a long-standing contract, I watched a documentary once, which I find fascinating. But anyway, they may or may not carry it again. So keep that in mind, but you can find it elsewhere. That's the great part. And it's actually really reasonable, which makes me happy. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on here. And then I've just shredded just a little bit of cheddar cheese. You can use mozzarella. I'm just using what I have on hand. I'm really good at that. I don't love running to the store for like weird new things that, why not just use what I have? So if I've got something that works, that's what I'm gonna do. Now, if you like other toppings, by all means, you know, use some different toppings. Again, back to the pizza sauce, make your own. If you just use pizza, like tomato sauce and add the different spices to it, you can actually make sure you're not getting the sugar that they put in commercial brands. Okay, so to that, I'm just gonna add a little bit of shredded cheese, and that's it, and then I'm gonna broil it. That's it. I'm doing this while you watch because it doesn't take very long. And this is actually one of my favorite treats for myself. When we talk about a free meal, this is what my free meal is. I don't eat a lot of garbage. I really try to stay away from sugar because I do have a sweet tooth, but I also know how horrible it is. Guys, it ages you from the inside out. Is that not gross? You know, use once in a while, it's okay, but unfortunately, our standard American diet these days is just a lot of garbage, and I think that that is a huge problem that we're facing as not just a nation, but a world. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this. I've already got my oven on a broil. I gotta really pay attention to it. We just don't wanna burn it. I'm gonna throw it in there and let's talk about what your other options are. Okay, so put that in there. I'm actually gonna set a timer. Oops. Let's go for 3 minutes. Just because I tend to forget to pay attention. I get really wrapped up in what I do. All right, so let's talk about the other options. Obviously, sandwiches. One of my favorites is to use kind of almost like avocado toast, which, oh, you could totally do with that. You can put these in a toaster. Here's the great thing. Go to their website. They've got all kinds of ideas. They talk about what to do to cook it in the oven, in an air fryer. There's lots and lots of options there. But I love to do kind of the chicken, whether it's newly cooked chicken or the canned chicken, fresh avocado, which I use as my own guacamole. I don't even add anything to it really. But then some everything bagel seasoning. That's one of my favorite all-time easy. The avocado is my fat. I don't need mayo because you know mayo has some stuff in it that's not really great for you. So really great options there. They've also mentioned using it as things like pancakes. I haven't tried the sweet one yet. That'll be interesting. But things like croutons, there's recipes on their website, which I find really interesting. Hamburgers, tacos, whatever you're using bread for, great option. So especially if you're low carb, this is a good option. I'm really impressed with how little garbage is in it, right? And garbage, I mean by additives and preservatives. Obviously, there's something that they have to add it to make it last longer, but these you do need to refrigerate them. They are carried in the refrigerator section, so keep that in mind. That's gonna be something that's really important to it. Now, as for the macros to this, again, it's gonna have to depend on what your goals are. Hopefully you're using MyFitnessPal and tracking your food. I think that's super important. You don't have to do that forever, but when you're really, you cannot manage what you don't track. That is part of the learning process to realize what works and what doesn't work. Each of my clients has their own formula. That's why I don't cookie cut or anything. And then we see, is it working? Is it not working? Do we need to swap something up? Now let's talk about flavors. Let me check on this just real quick. I just wanna make sure I don't burn it. Oh, it's starting to look really good. So let's talk about it. Different flavors. They actually have a couple of different products as well. They have 4 different flavors right now of their sandwich thins, jalapeno. I haven't tasted it yet, so I guess I can't judge. Italian, there's an everything, I think, which I'm assuming is like flavored like everything bagel. And then the original, and this one is the original. It comes with 14 thins. So again, if you're gonna use a bun, that's to make it, it's 2, that's 100 calories. So the whole package itself is 300 calories. You can see the labels right there. When you look at it, it's actually not bad at all. Now they go off of net carbs, which I'm not a fan of. Whenever you're eating processed food, I think net carbs should be thrown out the window because they're just using loopholes and I don't like it. So not to say that there isn't something to fiber, slowing down the absorption rate of sugars to your bloodstream. Let's just not use that as a cheating tool. So, okay, so again, different objects as well, or different offerings from the company also include wraps and actual pizza crusts. Now, I love this because I can make mini pizzas and I'm not eating the whole thing. You know, I do love a good cauliflower pizza crust. There's one that I get from the grocery store in the freezer section. Probably not as healthy as this one. And again, that's kind of my free meal or my cheat. There we go. There's the timer. Let's check on it real quick. Yeah, I think it needs about 2 more minutes. I probably could have put the shelf a little closer to the heat source. That's okay. We're just gonna let it get 2 more minutes, and we're gonna pull it out and call it good. If you like it bubbly and brown, yeah, definitely raise the shelf there. So super easy, you guys. Let me know where you find these. I did look on their website to the different stores that carry it. It wouldn't use the location system for some strange reason. Maybe it's because I have some little security protections on my phone anymore because I don't trust things. But Safeway, I believe, and Albertsons carries it. Like I said, Costco's carrying it. You know, if you see it somewhere else, list it below, because you know what? Everybody needs to be able to find it in their location. As for people who are international, not sure how to help you with that. Although, again, you might be able to order it. Not sure how they ship it. Haven't done that quite that far of research. I just tried it this week and was so impressed I wanted to share it with you. So if you guys have any questions, or if you have any ideas, a product, a recipe that you think is amazing, please share it. It is something that we all need to share together so that we can create a healthy, happy world. I think that's super important right now. So from my heart to yours, I hope you are doing super well in all facets of your life. Make sure you're taking care of your head, not just your body, because they are intertwined. It is important. And I think that really there's going to be a long haul here, and we have to support each other. So I love you all. Have an incredible weekend. And until next time, that is Meals with Melissa. Have a great day now.